If 2023 was the year of practical AI applications, then 2024 is the year of grabbing the nearest object, holding it down, and duct taping that AI to it. We've got everything from AI-enabled monitors that identify and indicate where your enemies are. We found the bike with integrated ChatGPT. Hey, how am I doing, buddy?
Pedal harder, idiot!
We've got this humanoid robot from AI Life that is for entertainment purposes. Even the promotional materials for the big tech conference in Las Vegas are AI generated, making it clear that the industry is all on when it comes to AI. And I'm all on board to tell you about our sponsor.
Headphone juice is not something you should be proud of. These are your typical headphones that accumulate heat while you game.
Ew.
Wicked Cushions add a cooling gel to their cushions to keep your ears sweat-free. You can easily replace them on your headset. Check out Wicked Cushions at the link below.
One AI-enabled product that has sparked debate, even controversy in the gaming community is MSI's AI-enabled monitor, which, as you can see, is popping up indicators completely independent of your operating system or your game files whenever there is an enemy hero coming into the frame in League of Legends. Now, MSI makes the argument that this isn't cheating because all it's doing is watching the minimap for you. So, in theory, it's not doing anything a skilled player couldn't already do on their own, but by that logic, why not highlight your opponents in CS2 or draw an AI-generated racing line in Mario Kart? Of course, all of these things exist already. The difference is that it's being handled by a neural processor inside the monitor, making it impossible for the game developer to detect. Now, from my tone, you can probably tell how I feel about AI assistants that unlevel the playing field, but I also see the argument from the other side. Is it really any different from having a higher quality mouse or a better internet connection? Whichever side you're on, it's clear that League of Legends opponent detection is just the tip of the iceberg here, with MSI claiming that users will be able to train an AI model on different games, or in the future, even on the audio that streams through the monitor to unlock new gaming advantages. So, ready or not, here it comes. AI voice mouse? Really? Yes, really. The TGSD from Test Gift has 3 things that make it AI, starting with a dedicated microphone button on the side that handles voice-to-text input, so you never need a keyboard again? That's a bold claim. Visit lttstore.com to get great deals on apparel and other amazing merchandise. Not bad other than the URL. Not perfect, but in fairness, that was a lot less typing than entering that manually. Number 2 is the dedicated voice translation button. Simply enter your primary language and your secondary language, et voila! Visit lttstore.com to get great deals on apparel and other amazing merchandise. That is actually a really unimaginative but good translation. Finally, it offers a super convenient interface for text-to-text translations, automatically detecting the source language and spitting out an English translation so that, hey, look at that, I can read comments on our Bilibili videos. Now I can practically hear you screeching, Linus, I am already sitting at my computer. Why would I use the processor in a mouse for translation? And the answer is, you shouldn't, and there's no processor in here. The real product is the software, which is using Google's commercial voice-to-text and AI translation products in order to provide a seamless experience. They do have some special sauce for people who regularly work in multiple languages, like the dedicated buttons, and the ability to, over time, adapt to your particular idiosyncrasies. Next up, we've got the Ertopia Fusion, the world's first dual-motor, dual-battery e-bike, and also the world's first with ChatGPT. It boasts a 200-kilometer range while weighing just 20 kilograms and dual processors, one for the motors and another connected via CAN bus up here in the head unit. And this is where things get really interesting. It's got cellular connectivity and an open API, meaning that pretty much any service with an API can be integrated into the bike, not just ChatGPT. This one doesn't have the latest firmware though, so let's hop over there and check out the demo. It's not keyed for my fingerprint, so fortunately it's already unlocked. All we gotta do is hold this button. What do you think of the LTT Store Trust Me Bro guarantee?
Trust Me Bro guarantee may be perceived as a catchy marketing slogan that resonates with some customers.
There are some limitations for now. Each interaction creates a new prompt rather than retaining the context of your previous prompt, but makes more sense than I thought it would, and ChatGPT is far from the most interesting API integration. Many of their users, for example, are already enjoying their Apple Health integration, which allows your heart rate to be synchronized from your Apple Watch to the display on the bike. And they're currently in talks with an AI coaching software partner that could unlock functionality like monitoring your state of restfulness and advising you about how hard you should be working, or even automatically adjusting motor output to make sure that you're maintaining a reasonable heart rate. Even the ChatGPT integration isn't as silly as it sounds on the surface, given that biking is absolutely a use case where hands-free operation could make sense. You know, hey, tell me a great route to travel to see all the sights in Las Vegas. It throws that over to your navigation software, and you're off to the races. Next up is the Sear Grills booth, where the stakes have never been higher. They bet everything on their first product, an AI-powered grill, and I gotta confess, it looks pretty cool. Or hot. A big part of the reason they call cooking an art is because there's just too many variables for it to be a science. There's environmental ones like the ambient temperature and humidity, food variables like the type of cuisine and the thickness, and even user preference variables like, hey, do you want it medium, medium well, medium well, and what level of sear do you prefer? But the Perfecta grill has a couple of superpowers that help it balance all of these factors, starting with the unique burners. Each of these can reach temperatures of up to 1,600 degrees Fahrenheit and is on a motor so that it can control the distance from the meat, or pizza as it were, in the center. Where the AI comes in is optimizing the user experience. For every extra second that it takes to cook your food, it gets punished. So they say they can do 3 ribeyes in as little as 90 seconds. But don't worry, it's not gonna skimp on quality because it also gets punished if you tell it, hey, you did a bad job. Which unlocks some really cool functionality, both for you as the individual, because I'm sure you like enjoying your food, but also for even things like regional awareness. You know, in Texas, rare might look more like blue in Vancouver. It cooks vertically for optimal browning and easy cleanup with their dishwasher-safe cleanup tray and dishwasher-safe grills. And it's not cheap, but it'll do steak, burgers, chicken, and even a 10.5-inch pizza, and they've even got a rotary skewer attachment. And for the folks out there who hate AI art, even cooking art, they've got a chef profile which allows you to tune the temperature and position of the burners manually, and then let the AI kind of fine-tune it according to the results. There's the AI mattress with air ride technology that adapts to your body as you move around. Darucci's T11 AI mattress may not be cheap, coming in at $9,000 US, but it is jam-packed full of sensors that can monitor your heart rate, your breathing, your wakefulness, and yes, even the pressure on the mattress itself, which it uses to algorithmically adjust the air cushions inside the mattress to ensure that you get the most comfortable possible sleep. Now, I haven't tried it yet. I'm sleeping now, I'm sleeping. Okay, that's trippy. It almost feels like the lumbar support in a chair, you know? You know, pushing my rump up. Oh my God, it feels like I'm sinking into quicksand a little bit. Like it's filling in the arch of my back and it's like it's giving me like a hug. Come here, come to sleep. Not in a really creepy way. Okay, I'm more of a side sleeper though. The closest analog I have to this is an air suspension in a vehicle, you know? Like you press a little thing and it's like, you know, it's that, I don't know, that sound. Now our fashion team tells me that I have unusually wide hips for a man, which I take as a compliment, but it can affect sleep comfort. And I don't think I've ever encountered anything that compensates for it quite like this does. It's like there's a little like, yeah, come, you know, put your hip in here, pocket. Definitely cool, just one small problem. There's nothing AI about it, it's algorithmic. There's no way to input any feedback and have it adjust its approach in the future. This isn't a booth, but it gives you some idea of how hype AI is here. We're in the AI aisle. At AI Life, they're showing off Zoe, who we'll get to in a minute, and Coco, a virtual companion who's designed to detect your emotional state, hardship, hazardous objects and situations like knives and fire, and engage in natural conversation with a customizable avatar, which they imagine will make her great for things like elder care facilities and teaching kids with learning disabilities. I think I'm gonna have to get pretty close to the microphone but let's go ahead and see if we can interact. Coco, my family hasn't come to visit. What can I do?
I would suggest reaching out to your family and expressing how much you miss them and would love for them to come visit.
Meanwhile, Zoe has a lot in common with Coco, but some extras that make her more for entertainment. She can recite lines using text-to-speech, move her head, move her jaw. She actually sees out of cameras positioned in her eye sockets, and she can also move her arms, making her perfect for animatronic museum exhibits. Next up is the Plod Note from Plod AI, a voice recorder for recording your lectures, phone conversations, or meetings, then synchronizing those recordings to your phone, transcribing them, and creating an index of all the main topics, which I guess is perfect for the 35,000 people who just backed them who don't have a phone. Actually, the pitch is a lot better than it sounds, and this is why. This toggle switch on the top switches between meeting recording mode and phone call recording mode, which, if you're an iPhone user, you'll know is not natively supported on the device. There's also the convenience factor. It's sitting right there. All you do is hold the button until it buzzes once. Now it's recording, and hold it again. When it buzzes twice, it's all done. They boast 30 hours of continuous recording and about 16 days of standby time, meaning that you shouldn't be topping it up very often. On the subject of charging, even if your phone is completely dead, you can still record audio files to the device, then pull them off with the magnetic USB charging cable, or you can just wait and sync them with your phone when you get back to the wall. The only main issue I have with this is that because it's powered by ChatGPT, there are some privacy concerns. I wouldn't recommend using this if you work for a 3-letter agency. We found this robot dog from Unitree who is such a good boy. And this one, who's more of an ominous boy. They're showing off a whole lineup of machine vision and ChatGPT-enabled robot dogs, including to the one and only Stevie Wonder right now.
The future right over here.
The big one targets industrial applications with a cost match. But this guy starts at $1,600 US and is targeting the entertainment, fun, and educational markets. Entertainment and fun are kind of the same thing. It features facial recognition, and through ChatGPT, it will listen to instructions and respond, play music, and even take photos. Their app allows you to see from the dog's point of view, and the optional phone dock gives you a surprisingly granular amount of control over its movement and pre-programmed actions. Of course, you don't have to manually control it. With a tracking module in your pocket, it will follow you around using this LiDAR on the front for obstacle detection. It has a graphical programming interface allowing students, for example, to create their own pre-programmed routines, and it can do everything from sit to roll over to climb stairs to run at speeds of up to 18 kilometers an hour, although they have some concerns about safety at those speeds, and all 3 models are limited to a bit lower than that. Battery life is about an hour or 2 for the Go 2 Air and the Go 2 Pro, and anywhere from 2 to 4 hours for the Go 2 Edu, which comes with an extended battery, not to mention a whole host of other features, including compatibility with upgraded docking modules, a little like servo arm, and all kinds of cool stuff, although that one starts at like $10,000. I made a wonderful new friend who will make me any drink I want and asks nothing in return, except money. Behind me is the bartending robot Adam, who's actually capable of not just bartending. He's running a barista program right now and can also make boba tea. But that's not new. What's new is his glowing blue chest piece, which is an NVIDIA-powered camera module that allows Adam to detect incoming customers and make conversation with them using a large language model that isn't ChatGPT, but fundamentally works in a similar manner. And in the future, they're working on logic that will allow Adam to identify any foreign objects that are in his way and adjust his movements to compensate. That's not done yet, though, so let me get that out of your way. He's the first commercially deployed humanoid bartending robot with 7 permanent installations, and they rent him out for events as well. He can do drinks as complicated as a salted rim margarita, though that takes about 2 minutes each, and can do a draft beer fill in about 10 seconds, and he can dual wield it as well, which is pretty cool. They say that a trained bartender will obviously be able to make drinks faster, but because Adam is not distractible, he should on average be able to keep up. I'm not gonna drink this is David's. Here you go, David.
That's really good.
Realistically, there was definitely some innovation there, but also some stuff that pretty much already existed and in previous years would have been called IoT, or 5G? I'll let you guys be the judge. Just like you can judge me for this terrible segue to our sponsor.
Are your headphones cushions hot like a tiny steam room? Stop steaming your ears like your broccoli. Wicked Cushions offer all sorts of cushion replacement for your headphones. And it's not just your regular cushions. With added dual-layer cooling gel, they ensure you keep a cool head even your team is eating. Looking for a crack? Wicked Cushion gives you a crack-free comfort. They use top-notch materials like breathable sport fabric and memory foam. With over 25,000 reviews and a 365 days to fall in love warranty, don't listen to me, listen to your ears this time. Check out Wicked Cushions at the link below.
If you guys enjoyed this video, this will probably be the last one that comes out, so go back and check out some of our other CES coverage.